And so we asked him to be able to see it, and he was agreeable to that. So then, then we found the body that I told you about, where the leg was lacerated.
Yeah, the classic
I think
Call of Cthulhu visit to the morgue.
Cause of death was his throat was slashed.
Correct. Yes, with something very sharp like a scalpel, very sharp knife.
Wasn't there something found on the legs though, like etchings or something, or writings?
Yeah, the right leg basically had been filleted from the kneecap down, just bone left. And as they were looking at it, they noticed that there were like these odd, something like a script or something. It looked crazy, man. It's not normal. And Zhang had the idea of X-raying the whole body.
Okay.
Like, sure enough, it's just not on that exposed part. It's the whole damn body, just like the body that these guys found in the funeral home.
Somebody was hiding spells on their body somehow, and then somebody had to retrieve it.
The coroner's like, it's some type of bone disease. He's like, it's some kind of horrible bone disease, and it looks painful.
Yeah, he wasn't willing to fess up to it.
Yeah,
and they, like writing.
They did ply him with like a bottle of scotch.
We need to bust out that secret decoder ring, dude, and match up the symbols.
For the following day, this woman was going to meet somebody in Boston, and we were gonna.
Tom, you pull up to the address. You walk up the back steps. It's like a 2-story Victorian. Knock on the door.
And one more thing. In addition to that, we had notified Chang that we were headed towards Boston, and we were coming with the book to get.
Testing one. Test. Testing one. Testing one. Test. Testing one. Testing one. Testing two.
Tell you what, I am set. I'm good to go, man. So, what's happening? Where we
Alicia walks up to him, gives him a bottle of vodka.
I put my chainsaw down on the coffee table, and my medical bag on the other side, and I take a swig. 9 o'clock in the morning. Right?
How was your flight, Humperdinck?
Flights, couple drinks, couple lines, it'll get you through.
You look like you haven't slept in 3 days.
Yeah, you can see he's got a little powder, a little white residue around both nostrils.
Really, that's great because I haven't slept in 6, so I'd say I'm doing pretty good.
Well, things are about to get worse.
You're just in time. It's going to get hot here. We need your sharp surgical skills, my friend.
I am ready. I pat my chainsaw case. So I assume you guys tell me about what happened, and you guys fill me in like you just did. And that's when I mentioned the bones and the X-ray and the decoder ring. I was like, dude, can I see that? Have we tried to match that up?
Well, I guess with the X-rays, we keep the X-ray copies. So yeah, maybe we can do this.
The X-ray copies, but you don't have the film developed of the cryptography roll yet.
Oh, of the
actually, yeah, exactly. They took pictures of all that. They took pictures of all kinds of stuff. They have that film. That's one of the reasons they're going to Boston tomorrow.
Got it. I'm like, okay, I understand.
Then, and on that note, Stamps is like, hey guys, I just, considering what we're dealing with here tomorrow, think about this. Just recon this old hag. right?
And Stamps, we hired Stamps to drive us.
Because he's like, if we alert her, in any way, she'll be calling back here. We're cautious.
Well, that is why we have you driving the car. None of us are wildly good drivers. It's not like we're a Francois Dubois.
It's like, if we can follow her to the airport and you guys, I don't know who's good with, who's charming or decent with the sky, who understands how to do, basically intel work.
All eyes turn to Juliet.
Juliet, yeah.
Little old me.
Like, pulling her and then trying to figure out like where she's headed or something like that might be wise. Plus, we got to see Chang, but he's like,
Well, so far I stole the guard's wallet. What's the objective here? Is to trail this lady from the airport? Is that what we're doing?
Oh, whatever you guys want to do. Stamp says, we got that recording. It's going to be getting a car. You guys are heading up to, she's going to the airport. You guys are heading up to see Chang anyways with this book.
Right.
Related to.
Yeah, at some point we should have Dr. Humperdinck take a look at that corpse too, get his professional opinion on whether it's a disease or not.
Me, Van Helsing, and I think the lowest stealth guys gonna go to Chang, and you guys, the people with the higher stealth rolls can go trail this old lady. If you capture this old lady, can I break her knees?
I have an idea. We should follow her, because she's going to get in a car at the airport probably and start driving back to Martin's Beach. So we're going to want to drive her.
I like that idea.
We're going to want some muscle. And me, I guess.
No, wait, why are we following this chick? What does she have to do with the Nazis? I missed that part.
Is she not the assistant of Miller?
Yeah, she's there's Miller, owns this funeral home. There's this older lady who works as the name she uses on the phone when she's talking to him is Sophia Becker.
Okay.
Sophia Becker, and she basically is actually answers the phone. And then there's two. You guys
broke into the morgue, so you haven't met any of these people.
No, there's two, and then there's two younger men that are like assistants.
Oh, but don't make the mistake. We didn't break into the morgue. We broke into the funeral home. We visited the morgue and we bribed the coroner there. Two different things.
Got it. So where's the body now? Is it at the morgue or the funeral home?
There's one body at the morgue that we were able to x-ray, and there was one body at the funeral home we were able to examine and photograph.
Yeah, we're in tight with the coroner too. He's our buddy.
And the body at the funeral home was completely
at the morgue, or at the funeral home. Can we go back to that guy and look at the x-rays there?
Well, we'll have the photos developed, but getting back into the funeral home, it can be done, but
is it necessary?
You could probably go back to the morgue. I mean, you guys know the coroner. That's you guys have that guy as a contact. But the funeral home is where the Nazis live. That's a different story.
It. Oh, so the funeral home. So they're collecting the bodies. So they're collecting the inscriptions on this guy's bones.
Miller, who owns the funeral home, whose real name is Richard Bruner, with this older lady and these two assistants.
And the funeral home is what you broke into.
Yeah, Juliet and Sebastian broke into it.
Okay.
Basically down here, like observing. He's a private detective that hired to just come down here and kind of observe what was going on.
So the body that's at the morgue right now, is it destined? Is it to be shipped to this funeral home? Is it
testing one? Test.
Where's it going?
Didn't ask.
What?
They didn't ask.
I make a phone call.
But this coroner,
testing one.
he will be happy to talk to us with for money. This is how we did it this last time.
Right. Say put a phone call in and say who's reclaiming the body and is it going to this funeral home and when is it going to be transported?
Well, it's like 3 a.m. You know, these guys just got done with their surveillance of Bruner's house, and you just arrived, so it's about 3 a.m. and car that's supposed to pick this lady up is supposed to get there at 9.
Okay.
So there you go.
Oh, everybody going to the Roll20.
Lots of options.
Everybody going to the Roll20 chat box.
All kinds of crazy stuff.
And at the very bottom there,
talk amongst yourselves.
I suggest that we get, especially Stamps, get some sleep, and so we're
over. You look over in the corner. He's already snoring on the couch.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, everybody go into the chat box in Roll20, and at the very bottom of the chat box it says "as." Select your character's name in that "as" menu there. Remember we did that last time?
Already. Yeah, I really liked it last time.
Yeah, we found out if you select your character name in the chat box, it shows your character's portrait as your avatar or whatever. So again, here's what I suggest. I suggest we don't split the party if we don't have to.
I agree.
I think a visit to the morgue would be a quick thing to do, like in the morning or whatever, before we head out of town or whatever else we're going to do.
You know the morgue opens up at like 6 o'clock.
Yeah. And Humperdinck has credentials, I'm sure.
He's a licensed medical doctor.
Absolutely.
Tell that coroner what's up.
I'll go find out who do we know the name of this body and who it is, who it belongs to?
Some kid.
It was
right?
the last. Yeah, it was the last murder. It's the student.
Yeah. So and have we met the family? Did we meet the mom and dad? Or
no, the family's supposed to be coming down to deal with the body in a couple days.
Yeah. Okay. I get there ahead of time on behalf of the family to help check things out.
So you guys wake up. It's like 6 a.m. Stamps put some coffee on. Coroner's probably over there. You guys want to head on over? Keep an eye out and let you know. He grabs one of the radios and hands the other one to Juliet.
Yeah,
over to the corner. I'll let you know if a car shows up or anything.
Yeah, Aloysia, go with them. Bring your gun.
Come on, man. We'll take the bet. Burnout.
Stamp says, well, fortunately, we can fit everybody in the van.
Okay, so we're all going.
You see a big fan out back. Well, you know, Stamps is like, you guys should go check out the corner first.
This shouldn't take long, right? In fact, could we just do it with a phone call and ask these questions? Or do you think there's something to be gained by looking at the body?
You need to see this.
Okay, so let's go.
Juliet.
They haven't had a surgeon or a medical person around to roll any kind of medical or...
The coroner doesn't know shit, dude. You need to tell the coroner what's up. Like, this isn't natural. He thinks it's some kind of disease. It looks like writing to me. But if it is some kind of disease that looks like writing, it's kind of weird, don't you think?
Yes, I do think.
Right, so you guys show up. You walk down there. It's not a far. It's just, like a block away. To the back door where you were in before and open it up. It's early in the morning. There's no one around. You walk down to the coroner's office and you open the door. Passed out on his desk, like an empty bottle of scotch in one hand and a burnt cigarette down to the nub in his other.
Testing one. Testing one.
I
Testing
find his
two.
pack of smokes. I steal one of his cigarettes. I light it and I go, "Let's show me the body."
Test.
I don't wake him up. I tell these guys, Juliet. I said, "Juliet, let's go see the body."
All right.
Let's not disturb our sleeping beauty here.
Yes. I got my 38 in a shoulder holster.
Yeah, so you remember where you remember the cabinet the body was in.
Oh yeah, it was the bottom one. I remember.
You go over and you open it up, and sure enough, it's still there. And basically, Tom, his throat's been cut, his right leg from the kneecap down flayed out, and there's like a table. You know, if you wanted to, you could throw the body on the examination table. There's microscopes and
definitely
magnifying. You're familiar with all this stuff.
I do a full autopsy, and I pulled up the lab records and whatever record he's got lying around. And I pulled a file on this. I knowing the office and the setup of a morgue, and I'm like, okay.
See, the file basically states that by bloodletting, the cut throat is what killed him, and that someone or something removed the flesh, basically signs of some type of degenerative bone disease. That's what the autopsy, and you can see the body's been autopsied. Or report.
Dr. Humperdinck, does that flesh appear to have been removed by some kind of instrument? Or surely this isn't some kind of animal attack or something like that, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Him purposely.
Yeah, this looks deliberately cut.
So Tom, so tell me what you're rolling for.
I'm rolling to see how the flesh was cut, like exactly like he described. I'm rolling to study the bones, and I'm seeing if he's got any scars around, like of other cuts, like other flayings that may have been healed over time. And then I'm just doing a full, abdomen check, the inside,
so
missing everything in the right place. So has the body been embalmed yet? I mean,
not yet. Not yet. There's been a basic autopsy, and you do as far as the top, the upper part of the body, the organs and all that stuff appear to be in place. See, what kind of medical skills do you have, Tom? What are your skills?
Medicine.
The best kind.
The best, man. I got a 70.
Right, so make a roll. All the flesh was removed, and then do another roll for the examination of the bone.
Is the coroner with us, Lee?
No, he's still passed out at his desk.
Oh, dude, I got an extreme.
Oh, extreme. Okay, so you can see clearly that definitely the flesh was removed with some type of incredibly sharp object, flayed off, and you're pretty impressed. I mean, there's not a scrap of muscle or skin or anything, man. It's just clean.
Does it look like there was scar tissue, like it had been cut before? I'm trying to figure out, like, could the flesh have been cut, the bone written on, and then re-sewn together?
Oh, nothing
then cut
like
again.
No, nothing like that at all. And as you're looking at the X-rays, you see that all of them, even the parts that aren't exposed, right, has these etchings. But as you're looking at the etchings, realize they are. There's there's no possible way this is some kind of disease. This is ruins or something. Roll your sanity. Realize, man, it's not a disease.
It's not of this world.
Uh-oh.
Roll one.
I didn't take that very well. Oh wait, did I roll the wrong dice? Should I roll just the black one?
You roll the right dice. Roll 1 to 3.
Roll the 94. 94.
This isn't a disease. This is what the.
Right. So Juliet sees the look on his face and he's like, "Doctor, what's wrong?"
For you to comprehend what the hell's going on here, man, because there's no logical explanation for it.
Doctor,
I take a big drag on that cigarette.
What is it?
I start shaking. I'm like, this is fucked up. And I start chain smoking. Have another draw. It's not possible.
roll 1 to 3, Tom.
What kind of
It's like
disease
somebody-
is it?
What's up?
It's like Scrimshaw inside this guy's body. 3.
Scrimshaw?
You take 3 sanity points, but you can use luck like that. And if you guys will tell him about that, I'm going to step away for just a couple minutes. Okay, I'll be right back.
You're saying that these madmen were whalers?
Right. Juliet, you mean like the pipes?
Yeah. There's writing on these bones of this living person, like those pipes. Yes.
Here, we'll look at the luck cheat sheet here. And show it to you guys.
Nope. And I have 3 sanity numbers: 65, 65, and 89.
You can
What am I
have
taking 3 off of?
you can have the sanity cost by paying double the full sanity cost in luck points.
Okay.
Everything's rounded
So I can
up.
pay 6 luck and not take any sanity.
Well, it's rounded up, so you take 1.
No, 1 luck point?
Yeah, it halves the sanity points you take, rounded up. And you took 3,
Oh,
right?
that would mean 2. Rounded up, that means I'd take 2 points.
Okay, right.
And which one do I, on the sandy, what do I hit? The first box, second box, or
Current.
third box?
The one that says current sanity, or yeah, it's the first one.
First one.
I'm back.
Just gonna take the full amount.
And don't forget, you get to roll for luck every episode, so you're gonna be ending at the end of this episode rolling a D10 plus 5 at a minimum. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
D10 plus 5.
That's if you don't. That's if you don't make it. If you make it, you roll 2d20.
Well, the other way around. If you don't make
Got
it, you get 2d10 plus
I'll
10.
I'll pay the luck point to save the sanity. Got it.
All right, so I can see the scene, like you back away from the corpse, light your cigarette. Your cigarette's like slightly shaking in your hands as you're dragging on it. Your face is all pale like a ghost, and I'm like, Doctor, what is it? He says, it's like Scrimshaw.
To which Sebastian goes, "Is it like the whalers?"
But
I look
you
at it like, yeah, exactly like the whales.
realize it can't be a disease. It's too the figures are too uniform and there you see repeating characters and
we take the x-rays, like let's go. We got the x-rays, we got what's written here.
All right.
I look at the chart and I look and see when the body's meant to be moved, when and where's it supposed to go.
We found out that his parents are coming to pick up the body in the next day or 2.
so you look at that information and lo and behold, yeah, the parents are supposed to pick it up a couple days, but it's actually supposed to be going to the funeral home.
The same one that we visited the other night, or that you guys did.
That's correct, Doctor.
Oh, it's going to the
Yeah.
funeral home.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking
Wow.
about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So fuck this shit. So we're gonna intercept and we gotta take this body, and we cannot let the Nazis get it, because they want. What they did is they flayed this thing. They realized, okay, this is the message we need. As soon as they get it, they're gonna take all the flesh off and read it,
Right.
and resurrect it, or who knows what they're gonna do. But we need.
That's
to stop
my
this shit.
theory. I think they're Nazi
Can't let 'em
cannibals.
We can't let them get the body.
It's
So
supposed to be
Lee-
a couple days. Yes, Gary.
So while the doctor is doing the autopsy, Zhang would like to try and find some non-living, like a belt or possessions. Were there shoes? Were there, something
There's
man-made about the body that he could try to touch and use his psychometry to get a feeling from it.
there's
The doctor's
it's
like-
gonna get interesting.
The doctor's
There's
like,
a bag,
dude,
yeah.
do the voodoo that you do.
and there's a bag of personal effects, a wallet, a watch, a lighter, a pack of cigarettes.
Piece
No.
of flesh.
clothes. Yeah, there's the body. But yeah, there's definitely all that: shirt, belt, shoes, personal possessions are there.
Is there something that we'd like to know about this guy?
Yeah, who did this? Maybe.
And I have
pretty
some
direct.
hydrochloric acid that we could use to destroy parts of this body.
And also, if you could find out using your voodoo where or how it got these writings on the bones. Does it remember?
I don't know. Can I use it to make a memory? I'm just trying to find the rules for the.
Yeah, I think it's kind of specific. It says
for psychometry. Do you know which page it's on, Sean?
I can find out for you real quick.
Is that in with the pulp magic and psychic powers and weird science?
It's under skills. Psychometry.
What page? 169.
It's specific to objects, basically, and you can get visions of the object's previous owner, or who created it or made it.
Dude, the femur bone.
Yeah,
I'll cut it out for you.
In games past, I've given Alex had a character with psychometry. And I was giving visions of the object's past, where it had been or who possessed it, or it's kind of weird, random, meaningless stuff. Really, might be able to glean something though.
So,
Hey,
Lee, can you tell me what the possessions are? Does
Sure.
the coroner have them in a bin or something?
Yeah, he's got them in. They're basically in little bags. He's got it over to the side. And in one bag is all the clothing. The belt and the shirt and the pants and shoes. And in the other bag, it's actual personal possessions like a knife. There's a pack of cigarettes, a lighter, a watch, a wallet, glasses.
Okay, so I'm going to think that when something significant happens, maybe he's the type that would look down at his watch. And so I'll hold the watch and try and think about when was try and hold on to the emotion of having fear and looking at his watch and see if I can tap into some memory that way.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll.
So do I push the purple one or the green one?
Oh, the purple one. Or no, the green one. Sorry. Doesn't really matter.
Too late.
Just use the 0 row.
Yeah, you just kind of get the impression of really pulling any strong vibes off it.
Could you use some luck, Jang?
You want to try it, holding on to his femur?
A lot of luck. It's got to be an object.
Maybe he saw this happening to himself.
Yeah,
Maybe he
something
saw
that
his
was
bone.
living. I don't think it doesn't work that way.
Oh, and the living tissue.
You're just not quite in the groove. You're not picking up the vibes off it.
Okay.
Right, so
What, Mr. X? No
You guys
vibes?
All I can think about is Scrimshaw.
I know.
Hey, is he missing one of the legs, or just the leg? One of the legs was filleted. The other leg is there, right? All
Yeah,
the pieces of the
everything-
body are here.
everything else is there. It's just that the right leg's been stripped of flesh from the kneecap down. That's why you can see the. But you can see the etchings on the whole body with the X-rays you guys have.
Okay.
So it's getting to be about 8 o'clock.
Well, I suggest we take the body.
Yeah, I pull the hearse around back. I grab the keys. Pull up front. Let's put the thing in. Let's get the fuck out of here.
No, there's quite a few people around now. I mean, as you guys are in the office, you can hear people outside in the hallway now.
Well,
The hospital has now gotten busy. It's like I said, it's 8 o'clock.
as I said, I have this hydrochloric acid on me, gentlemen. Should I just cast it upon the bones in random areas to screw up their scrimshaw?
Not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea.
Because we have it in the X-rays, right? I double check the X-rays and I make sure that what I see in the filleted piece is exactly what I see in the X-ray piece.
Your great surprise and dismay and actual happiness. Yes, it is. It's the same. You're like, okay, yep.
In other words, so I get the idea that the rest of the body's been X-rayed successfully.
Yeah, the X-rays you have definitely show the.
All right, man. Well, Sebastian will
it.
uncork the bottle and start pouring it over the leg, just randomly throughout the body to fuck it up.
Man, so you pour the acid.
I point to which bone here. Point it here, specifying exactly, looking at the X-ray, specifying exactly where the writing is on the body within the flesh, so he knows exactly where to target his
all over the body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
it's all over.
All right, dude, put it all over, man.
So
you only have so much, but you can cover the leg and a couple other places pretty well. And as the body starts to smoke, you throw you push it back at the cabinet and close the door.
Yep.
Does the bone disappear or just the flesh?
Oh, the bone.
It's gonna
Definitely.
go straight through it, man. They're gonna have a big hole in their cabinet.
Yeah,
Okay.
man, it's burning. It's burning.
That's just gonna be like aliens.
Well,
Okay.
You can see the coroner. He's kind of groaning a little bit.
All right, we're out of here.
I don't want to be there. I leave.
Yeah, we leave.
Okay.
I flick my cigarette butt in his face. I leave.
All right, what's your throw skill, Tom?
He's gotta make a throw for it.
What's your throw skill?
Absolutely. I got a 30.
It's the last one out of the room.
Oh, I fumbled. It's gonna be on the
You
freaking
flick-
waste path.
You flick the cigarette and it hits the desk and bounces back on you.
Oh, I'm like, God damn it!
Like fuck.
Brush out the ash.
Oh
like
man,
a shower of sparks.
instant karma, man.
The smell of burning hair.
Oh, dude. Let's go get those pictures developed, man, of your secret
All right,
decoder
so
ring.
you guys get back to the stamps, and he's like, all right, boys, let's load up in the van.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, you load up in the van. I assume you guys have all your kits on you, right?
Yes.
In the secret compartment of the van, of course.
And he pulls the van down into the church parking lot. Sure enough, about 9 o'clock, you see a Lincoln Mark V pull up. Sophia Becker walk out. She's got a bunch of bags. Guy walks out. He looks like the chauffeur. He's a big guy. 6'3", probably about 250, 275 pounds. And throws him in the back, and she gets in the car. And they start to drive. And Stamp starts to follow. So, what you guys are doing, just for fun. Stamp's just following at a pretty good distance.
Sebastian's just taking it easy. He's catnapping, going. He knows he can't help with the car or anything like that, and if anything goes down, so he's trying to get some shut eye right now.
Okay, just follow, not too close, not too far.
Stamps he's pretty far back, but he occasionally points them out to you.
We're getting echo on your mic, Kyle.
I've got it muted right now.
Okay.
Go.
It's still echoing for some reason.
Maybe not now? Okay, no, not now. Well, maybe. All right, so at some point you guys get up closer to Boston, and the car, the Mark V, the Lincoln, start to speed up. Be aggressive. Stamp starts to try to match the. He does, man. He basically stays on him, right at a distance. Into the international airport. Stamp pulls up a pretty good, maybe 6 or 7 cars behind him in the pickup area. She's getting her bags out, and it's British Air. That's the terminal that she's going to.
All right, I got my binoculars. What's this lady look like?
She's a short lady. She's probably about 5'3".
Does she look German?
She does. She's like a little older lady with gray hair.
Really? There she is, Aloysia, the little old lady.
She pulls out a cigarette, and she's smoking it there on the curb. Bringing her bags up, and they're getting them checked in.
Aloysia is ready to break the old lady's knees and fingers, maybe spine.
So you see her, you see one of the valets take the key, and her chauffeur, this large gentleman, and her walk into the airport. Stamps turns around and looks at you guys and is like, "Who's crafty?"
I look at Juliet.
All right, I'm going.
All right, so you
Yeah, I'm just dressed very incognito.
all right, do you have one of the radios on you, Juliet?
Yeah, big floppy hat, oversized sunglasses. I do. I have the receivers on me. I carry an attaché case with my kit, basically.
You walk into the airport, and of course it's not modern time, so there's nothing like Homeland Security or anything. It's a whole different era.
All right, just a wink and a nod.
She goes down to 4 or 5 different concourses, little spots, until she's in this area, British Airways, and the flight is to London, and then from London to Morocco.
Oh.
We got our passports on us, boys and ladies.
Yes, I have 3 of them.
But of course,
All different.
I have 2 now.
Maybe we need to go
Yes.
for an air flight.
Morocco? What's in Morocco, Dr. Humperdinck?
And
I don't
leave
know,
the
we're
sky,
mistakes.
Bruner.
We still
Why is
need
she
to
going?
bring the thing to Chang, and our target's here. So I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, now we know.
It would seem like a kind of bad business if
Now at least
let our
you know.
client,
Returning.
our
Or if
client
at least
know
you know
that
where she's
we lost our main target.
Well, there's a
I don't think
Morocco
that would be a good
connection.
thing. Or at least warn them ahead of time. There's a lady heading to Morocco, because I think that was the dig site, one of the dig sites.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Yeah.
let's send word ahead.
Sean, eventually you're kind of sitting there at the bar, and you see the plane. Actually, they get on the plane and they're about ready to disembark. But it's definitely from London and then to Morocco.
Okay.
Tangiers.
All right, good to know. So there's a Morocco connection, boys.
Juliet gets back to the van and lets you guys know, and you head over to Chang's. You arrive at Chang's Laundry.
Oh, hey, Lee, could I, in the airport, could I snap a couple pictures just kind of nonchalantly?
Yeah, sure.
I just want a picture of her. That's all.
Do you have what do you have photography, or do you have what's your?
I just use a 35mm camera. I'm not really a photographer, but.
Okay, well, just roll. You can do it. So just don't fumble, and you can get a couple snaps.
Okay.
Just roll percentile. Just roll a D100.
And don't roll a fumble.
Don't roll a fumble. That's all you need to do.
Ooh, okay. They're a little blurry.
You take some pictures. You take some pictures.
All right. So back to the van. She's going to Morocco. Got some pictures. Let's take care of business with Chang, right? Go see Chang.
Chang's waiting for you.
I think we should warn Chang when we get there. It seems like the logical conclusion is to warn the dig site over there before she murders another person again.
I agree.
Originally, Tom, the whole mission was that this Frederick Miller had basically infiltrated this archaeological dig.
The Nazi?
No, not the Nazi. This is the Nazi.
The Nazi, the guy from the funeral home. The funeral home investigated this dig. Oh, dude. He was
there.
This is what I get from missing staff meetings.
Yeah,
he
fellas,
stole the book.
we need to find this book sooner rather than later.
Did he steal? What was stolen from the dig site? Bones?
Did you tell Tom the name of the book that he stole from the dig site?
Yes.
Was it? Did
Cult
he just?
of Ghouls.
Okay. And we have no idea what's in that book. We try to look, and do we have any reference to what was?
They tried to do some library research on it, but weren't able to find anything out.
Yeah, Sebastian physically hurt himself in the library trying to do it.
Oh, I did hear about that. Yes.
Don't worry. I'm not going to skip on those details.
So it might be helpful to find out more about the book specifically, but man, I'm just really kind of itching to interrogate old Mr. Bruner. With you.
You guys,
you
load up in the van, and Stamps gets you over to Chang's Laundry, King Chang's Laundry. A little old lady there at the front. She just waves you back. She knows who you are. And in the office, he's like, the whole team. Why don't you come up to the apartment? Let me look at this book you have. Go up to the apartment upstairs, and there's a big couch and seats. He pours drinks. Anybody who wants tea or beer or whiskey or vodka, he's got all that. And he's like, so.
Wait, what book do we have? That's not the Ghoul book, is it?
What's going on?
It's the Latin folio. So we found this manuscript. It's a Latin folio that we'd like to have translated so we can get a basic idea of what's written in it.
Okay. It's like, let me look at it.
We retrieved it from one of the offices at the funeral home.
You pull it out, and Chang, immediately his eyes brighten up a little bit. He's like, oh, authentic.
Is it old?
And he's like, this is probably 1300s, 1200s, European.
Wow.
Like probably an Italian script. He's like, let me hear. You guys hang out for a minute. Enjoy the. It's not a very long book. 50, 60 pages. He's over there studying it furiously, making little notes.
So what do you guys, and we'll just chat with these guys while we're waiting. What do you guys think of maybe kidnapping Brunner? I'm just afraid if we kill him first, we're never going to find the book. Definitely need to talk to him.
Juliet, you are not afraid of the danger factor. I would be most happy to be a part of this plan.
Stamp says if he'd ever leave his house and go back to the funeral home, maybe you guys could search his house.
Yeah.
Remember, we know what cigarettes he smokes, so we could. I believe we talked about maybe dipping them or lacing them in something. Juliet, you remember this? I think you were quite excited by it, huh?
I'm just afraid if we kill him, we're not going to find the book.
Well, I was talking just knocking him out, of course.
I'll let you know.
So he knows that that you broke into the funeral home, right?
We don't know.
Or did you cover your evidence?
Yeah, we don't think so. But we have no way of knowing, really.
Well, I mean, remember, Juliet, there was a really sophisticated alarm system. When Juliet has the skill, she was able to disarm it and then rearm it.
Yeah, we more or less covered our tracks. Unless they noticed the missing folio, they probably wouldn't have any idea that we were there. Plus, we have the funeral home bugged, and we haven't heard any indication in phone calls going in or out of the funeral home that they knew anything about us.
Have we recovered any interception? Is there any communication going in and out of the funeral home?
Nothing unusual yet.
Okay.
We're recording.
It's just been normal communication except for the call regarding her trip.
The one that we just followed her to the airport.
Yep.
Oh, guys, there's also the cemetery. There was a watchman that was killed at the cemetery as well.
Where's that body?
Missing.
Disappeared. Like the only body that's been recovered from these crime scenes was the body that you looked at with the leg. The student. All the other bodies are gone. They don't know.
All the other bodies have been eaten.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So yeah, there's the graveyard. Look at the map here.
Any freshly dug graves?
Guys haven't been up to the cemetery yet. Someone wanted to go up there in the middle of the night, and Juliet was like, "Nah, maybe we should do that in the day."
It was a
We
full moon.
might need to go up there with a shovel or something.
It's a full moon. That's true.
I mean, you know how I'm against splitting the party and everything, but I know Zhang he's like a cat, right, Harry? I mean, I wonder if he could just kind of lurk about in the cemetery and some night. I'm not going out there at night. Might look a little suspicious with 5 people walking around the cemetery.
Let's just walk through during the day.
Yeah, might be a little suspicious though, I'm thinking.
It's just like, buy some flowers, take them up there, act like you're going to some grave.
Yeah, people walk around.
Yeah,
Just walk through.
I just feel like I'm getting paranoid, man. Like, we need to be careful how we move. We don't want to be, like, ambushed, but if they find out about us, they're going to be watching us. We need to make sure that doesn't happen.
Always good to be keeping an eye on the bushes.
Yeah, low profile. Coming and going. Time for the nun suit and the priest suit, Sebastian.
Haha, this is my favorite thing, yes.
Are we at Stamp's flat right now?
We're at
We're Chang's in Boston, right?
We're at Chang's in Boston. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yep. Eventually comes back. It takes him a couple hours to get through this thing, and he comes back and he's like, okay, this is folio you guys found. This is from some alchemist. And within the pages there's actually a spell.
A spell?
That's right. An
What
incantation.
are you talking about? What?
Well, it's actually, the spell's called Vorish Sign.
You mean like voodoo Like these guys were talking about? You mean like witchcraft? Like witch spells?
This sounds outrageous.
What is the meaning of this?
This incantation is a series of magical hand gestures, and it actually aids when you're casting other spells.
I'm
So it
shocked.
makes me a stronger magic user.
I'm looking at the other guys like, what's going on?
Sebastian pulls out a cigarette and begins to smoke.
Yes, this is
Not sure what to make of all this.
Elisha
Incantation
begins
I've
to
seen
drink his
before.
vodka.
Yeah, he's like, this is an incantation I've
You've
seen
it
before.
You've seen it
Begins to
before.
drink
Where?
twice the amount of vodka he usually drinks.
In other ancient tomes,
Before
other
he's
books, this is rare. He's like, this is quite a find.
So Chang, when you say magic, you mean when you say spell, you mean like magic, right? Like, is this
That's right.
it's an incantation?
Magic.
Like,
And warlocks. And
what does
magic.
it do? What is it supposed to? What is the effect of this incantation?
It aids when you're casting other spells. So if you had another incantation, this would actually improve your chances, basically.
Do you have other old tomes like this with spells in them?
Smiles.
Chang, don't hold out on us. I bat my eyelashes at him.
Do you have any
Well,
in Arabic?
As you know, we do collect all kinds of tomes and books and of library of various books.
Do you have any old ancient Arabic books with spells in them?
Fire books for other people. We have books in all. We have books in all languages, all scripts.
Are you sure
But that's not really germane to your current situation. Like I would say this is an unusual tome to find in a.
So do you think that this other book, this Cult of
Like,
Ghouls book, is similar?
What else did you find? He's like, what else? It's like, did you film you guys said you had?
Careful.
We did
like
see
to
some.
shake
We
my
did
head
see
while-
some strange things at the funeral home. They looked like artifacts, possibly, of some kind of weird occult origin, probably.
What?
Etchings of. There was a statue of some sort of octopoid creature with hooves.
And
He raises. You see Chang. He raises one of his eyebrows. He's like,
and also all these items are photographed on the camera film we gave to you to develop. You can see them all. How quickly can we get that developed, Chang?
he's like, you see him pick up the phone. This courier shows up. And Chang grabs the film and puts it in an envelope and hands it to him. This back in about an hour.
Shit's getting real, boys.
Sure
I'm not
enough,
sure.
man.
I'm not sure what's going on.
Chang later turns into forming the 1 hour photo mat of multi-billionaire.
Exactly. This would be a popular service. You should think about it.
So you do get the pictures come back developed. Chang basically throws them out on the table and starts to go through them with you guys, and I guess some of the other party members haven't seen them either.
Mm-hmm.
So there's pictures of the full skeleton inside of the funeral home. Pictures of the secret room with the black sun flag and the SS flag and this cryptography cylinder. Chang sees the pictures of the case he pauses for a second and stares, and he's like, "Yeah, these people are definitely like
What case? The case for the cryptography?
No, not the cryptography. This is the statue. This is the statue with the tentacles, the ropey tentacles, and the hoof.
Are they some kind of cult, Jay?
I'm
Or
sorry,
witches or something?
These things are definitely what? You dropped out, Lee.
They're
These things are definitely
evil and definitely witches would be a good description. This particular symbol, the hoof with the ropey tentacles, it's like an ancient fertility. And this hook device here is definitely something I've seen with covens.
Can I recognize any of the pictures and the with the decoder ring? Those images, do they match any of the bone writings?
You take a look at the cryptography cylinder, and they took good pictures of it. They took all sides of it and everything, and it's definitely not the same.
Did you I mean, Tommy, if I recall correctly, doesn't Humper Dick have a slight Cthulhu?
Does.
Actually, I think he does.
Oh shit! Is he gonna make the connection?
Hold on.
Because I'm not even sure what Scrimshaw is, much less ancient fertility gods.
No, I'm like, this doesn't look Cthulhian to me. I think in the back of my head.
Doesn't ring any bells, Tom.
Well, at least it didn't roll back and hit you.
Chang, do you think these items are valuable?
It's like this book is, it's very valuable.
Well, I mean the items in the cabinet.
Cabinet, valuable to a certain group of people.
Right.
Practice this type of dark magic and dark cult. Yeah.
So, do you think
Very
this
valuable.
group would miss them if they disappeared?
Yeah. As soon as they realize that the book's gone, upset.
Oh well, they're
Apparently
going to definitely miss that one.
But apparently that hasn't happened. I mean, it doesn't, right? I mean, any indications that they were aware?
No, we don't have any indication that they know about us yet.
Yeah, we did. I mean, I think we did an excellent job of leaving no traces. We didn't really take anything except for that book. And who knows? This old lady might have just gotten senile and left it somewhere. That's the conversation I imagine happening over there.
I think maybe that this office right here is the woman's office with the case and this book you found, right?
Oh yeah, let me take it back to the map over here.
That makes sense.
That's what I think.
Well, I think more investigation is in order for both of those houses, for sure. Both Miller's house and his assistant's house.
Yeah, we're going to have to be extra careful into Miller's house because obviously
likes traps.
Yes.
Yes, he likes to make booby traps.
Too much, really.
Yeah, so Chang is impressed. He's like, you guys have. It's definitely a serious of people here.
Yes, much more than it seemed at first.
Well, it makes sense. This makes sense. Obviously this guy was searching for this book. He had used it in their infernal practices.
What happened? I talked to one of these guys by themselves. I don't. Has Have we asked about the Ghoul book? Does he know about the Ghoul book?
I don't think we have asked him.
Should we?
No.
How would we know this guy?
Go ahead and ask him. He's pretty forthcoming on all topics.
All right. Have you ever heard of Kong? I mean, the Book of Ghouls?
Kong, you say? You mean King Kong?
I'm sorry. I mean, the Book of Ghouls. I mean, sorry.
Yeah. He's like, well, yes, it's about this cult of ghouls.
The book says what it is.
It does, doesn't it?
And the ghouls basically this mythology, they supposedly flesh of the dead. Apparently, there's a legend that they dwell both here on this plane and in the dream world. Serve, some ancient evil. Cult is supposed to, the human cultists want to become immortal, either by becoming ghouls themselves or being eaten by ghouls.
Gross.
What are ghouls?
The mythology is that they're like an undead creature.
You mean like monsters?
Yeah, like a zombie, but smart.
I think you might need to get your hookah out for us to digest this information.
Wait a minute, you're not bullshitting me, are you, Chang?
No,
You're dead serious, right? So you say books and sacrifices. Do you think that these victims could be sacrifices for the witch cult or whatever it is?
Absolutely, that's very possible.
Would this Book of Ghouls have spells in it that could be enhanced with this ledger we just showed you?
Very possible. This type of arcane nature usually do have incantations. Sometimes they're hidden or coded in the text or incantations. But Cheng says, I'll warn you. It was relatively simple. It was basically a short alchemist essay with this spell. But some of these books are difficult to read and can take a toll on your mind.
Or Juliet's a little overwhelmed at this point. She finds herself in a cold sweat. Her heart is racing. She has to sit down.
Sebastian puts his
Chang's
hand on
like,
her
here.
shoulders, like.
Chang's like, here. He's like, sit down, everybody. He breaks out the hookah.
This is why I like the Chang.
He pours everybody a nice fresh mint tea and loads up the hookah with some quality something.
Some quality something.
Lights it up and passes you the hoses, and sure enough, after a couple drags, you feel a little more relaxed.
I cut a couple lines, take a couple hits.
He leans over and says, "Can I get in on that?"
Oh, dude, I pushed the mirror over to him. There you go.
Yeah, dude, he rips a big rail.
Professionals, all.
Exactly. To the end.
Well, gentlemen, what have we gotten ourselves into?
Some scrimshawing witchcraft cannibal ghouls.
Shank says, "That's why you got paid so much."
It makes sense now.
We are up to the challenge.
Didn't make sense before. Makes sense now. I'm carrying $50,000 cash in my attaché case.
Yeah, it's always good to have.
It's handy.
So Chank's like, well, here if you want.
Yeah, I think we might need to, in the light of all of this, I think we kind of need to regroup and rethink things here a little bit.
Stamp says, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab this Nova out here and go back and keep an eye on the funeral home.
All right, that sounds good, Stamps. Hey Chang, do you have access to any kind of like military grade explosives? I take a drag off my cigarette.
Oh yeah.
I say,
Like
are
high
you thinking what
explosives?
I'm thinking? Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I'm thinking Plan B,
Which is blow up the Nazi headquarters or funeral home?
something like that.
Okay.
We could find
That's
ourselves in
what
a
I'm thinking.
bind. Might need to lay it on thick, as you could say.
Remember what happened in New York?
Right.
Ah, yes, we'll always have New York.
Like I said, it is 1970. You pull a heavy machine gun out in the middle of Boston, or you start throwing grenades around, even in a small town, there will be a. Right?
So Chang, Mr. Zhang says that he has some sort of what do you call it, Chang? Psychometry. Maybe we can. We already tried to glean something from this book, didn't we? Psychometry.
Oh,
No.
oh, Jake, he just tested some of the personal. What was it? Is it the watch?
Personal effects of the boy, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, the watch. Yeah. Yeah. No, he
Jane,
hasn't tried to pick anything up off the book.
you think you might be able to get some sort of feeling or whatever it is? I do quotation marks. Feeling from the book, the manuscript.
So he hesitatingly takes the book and he tries to see what sort of uh, memories or emotions. Well, I don't know
Sure.
what kind of memories and emotions there are in the book.
It's the opium.
Nope. He's not willing to go there.
He just can't quite get a good feeling, a distinctive feeling from the book.
His hands start shaking and he just drops the book.
Yeah, he glimpses a black shape, and
He doesn't want to know anything about what's in that book.
yeah. What is it? X? What is it? What did you see?
The void.
And the void looked back. Hey, might I suggest a 5-minute break here?
Certainly.
That sounds good. Let's break it.
Okay.
All right, let's take 5.
Hello.
Hello. A lot of info.
Hello.
Starting to come back.
Yeah, I'm glad you can make it tonight, Tom.
Me too. It's been busy, man.
It sounds
We were
like
on the AT last week, dude. We were fucking hiking 50 miles on the AT. It was crazy.
nice.
Gorgeous. Couldn't have been better. Couldn't have wished. I mean, it was miraculous. And the one night it did rain. You know, everybody's like, "Oh, dude, you know, did you get wet last night?" I was, or something. I was like, "Did it rain?" You know, I was like, I slept right through it. I was like, so, I was good. It's crazy. It was fun though, dude.
How many people, Tom?
What's that?
How many? How many people?
There were 6 scouts and 6 adults, and we were team 1, and then team 2 went this week, and they had, I think, 8 scouts, 7 adults, and they had the older scouts. But both groups made it. But both groups did the exact same trail. It's the same hike. It's at different times, and their weather was gorgeous as well. So we really lucked out 2 weeks in a row.
It's the Pacific Northwest, Harry.
It's very nice. We went and watched the fireworks. There's a place called Quartermaster Harbor where there's a protected harbor. It's been used as a shipbuilding harbor and different things. So anyway, they set off fireworks from. I'm sorry, that echo is just really bothering me.
It's driving me crazy too.
Yeah, I know.
So they set off fireworks from a barge, and lots of people, get boats and sail out around it. And so we set up lawn chairs and watched the fireworks there. And the colors are reflecting off the water with the silhouette of sailboats and stuff. And it was just beautiful.
Yeah, I bet that's nice, man.
That's awesome.
Hey, Kyle, you back?
The source of the echo.
Yeah, he's getting a funky echo on his mic. Fixed it when he exited and rejoined.
And you, Grimaldi.
I have some era appropriate music loaded in here.
Era appropriate music,
Yeah, like this. Here we go. Guess we'll all know this one.
In this dirty old part of the city where the sun refused to shine.
It's the Animals.
Tell me there ain't no use in trying.
Ah, the 7.
Yeah.
Now my girl, you're so young and pretty.
Includes.
Back when Columbo was new.
Also got Juliet's theme song.
Oh?
That's right.
You keep saying you got something for me.
Yeehaw!
Something you call love, but confess.
All right, fellas. Do some
All right,
cold
so
busting.
you guys spend the night. You rest.
Sounds like a bug
Some
zapper.
weird buzzing thing going on. Yeah. You wake up the next morning, and Cheng's like, "Just be careful." You wanted some explosives? Is that what someone said?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. TNT or plastique would be best.
We're sure we searched this funeral home completely, right? There's nothing left there.
We did search it completely, but out of character. We don't have good lockpicking skills, so there were some desks and things that we could not get into without either A, setting off booby traps, or B, just totally divulging that the place had been penetrated. Obviously,
That is true. There are a couple of unexplored areas in there with some locked desks and cabinets and stuff.
And you guys also look for, concealed doors in various places, and you found them some places, but
Hey, Kyle,
I think we should.
Kyle, can you exit and rejoin again?
yeah.
All right, cool.
I think we should go there, break this stuff open, and then blow it up as we leave. They'll know we're there. Somebody was there. I think this place has got to go.
Yeah, I mean, the chances of the book being at the funeral parlor.
Is it just about the book, or is it about more? I mean, these guys might have more than just one book.
That's true, but the book is kind of the job, though, too.
Your job is to eliminate Miller, any of his associates, and get the book.
Not necessarily in that order.
Correct, but
Okay, well, eliminate Miller and his associates goes hand in hand with blowing the damn place up.
Right,
Getting the book
without
is-
blowing
getting
up
the-
the book. Yeah.
Yeah, getting the book is the main.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, if you can, the book. He did tell you he'd rather have the book destroyed in the hands of these people, but preferably.
That's right. Yeah, he did say that.
Oh, dude.
But then you'd have to know it was destroyed, right?
Somebody just mentioned fireworks, man.
Right. We need to go all special ops on this fucker, man.
Shane can give you some plastic explosives,
Right.
some
Perfect.
detonators, and some timers.
How did
Yeah.
you guys sneak in before? How did you guys get in without being detected?
We're stealthy. They did it. Well, basically, Stamps. They knew that no one was at the funeral home all day, and they saw the people leave, and they infiltrated it. Right.
Yeah, we have a map of the funeral home here.
That's what Stamps was saying earlier. He's like, "Yeah, I wish Miller would leave his home. Maybe if he went over to the funeral home, maybe you guys could get in there and search around." Stamps had said it just hasn't happened in the past couple
To
days.
get into the house?
At the funeral home, there's 2 locked desks, glass case, the items that we're talking about.
A glass case with items that.
Yeah, with that octopoid statue.
Oh,
And you
yeah,
guys-
yeah.
You guys do tell Chang that lady's headed to Morocco, right?
Yes.
What Aloysia wanted to do.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to maybe investigate what's going on in Morocco. Apparently,
There might be
something's still
another-
going on.
Yeah.
So when
Wait,
you mentioned that Aloysia to Chang, he immediately picks up the phone. He's talking to
Oh,
someone
yeah?
in Mandarin. Yeah,
Okay, he's
he
on it.
immediately picks up the phone. Talking to someone in Mandarin.
I bet that bitch has got the book on the phone or on the plane and she's headed to Morocco right now.
Dr. Humperdinck, we did mention the half-eaten brain that we found in the styrofoam cooler, right?
Now you can show him the picture. You've got the pictures.
No, you failed to mention the half-eaten brain.
Here, I
Definitely
give him the
did fail to
pictures.
mention that. I definitely
so
told you about that.
It's a picture of like a little styrofoam cooler. In the bottom, there's like dry ice, and on the top of the dry ice, there's this metal tray. And there's this like eyes and some lips and some ears and a brain, and they all look like they've been eaten on.
What do you make of that?
Where did we find this cooler?
The funeral home,
funeral
in the
home.
preparation room.
But it wasn't attached. We didn't find the body that this stuff was associated with.
There was a skeleton that we found in the same room. It was the cadaver room. It was a fresh skeleton. I think it was almost totally devoid of skin, and it had the same
You're looking at this
scrum shell
picture.
markings.
What?
You're looking at this picture, and you roll sanity.
Hold on.
Roll your sanity.
All of us?
Anybody who hasn't seen this picture before, if you're looking at it, yeah, roll sanity.
Okay.
You have to roll.
It's
sanity.
this meticulous collection of. Deal with it, Tom.
Do you have to roll the dice if you're hardened?
No,
Okay. So, Luisha, you're hardened, right? All right.
How
he
do you
does
get
not.
hardened?
You pick it as one of your pulp traits.
Ah.
You guys are horrified, but it doesn't scar you. But you're like,
Yeah, Aloysia was in Vietnam, we established.
definitely some cannibalism of these body parts, man. In this cooler, it's purposeful. Pretty horrifying.
What do you make of that, Dr. Humperdinck?
I don't know, man. Somebody's writing down these bones, Scrimshaw style. I don't get it. Unless it's like maybe some kind of spell to bring them back to life. I mean, think about it. How would you write on the bone without killing somebody?
Spell to bring them back to life. I absorbed that for a moment.
Chang pipes up. He hangs up the phone, and he says, "Maybe there's some answers in the book."
That would be great. I don't even know what to
we
think
don't
right
have the
now.
book.
Monsters and Nazis and
I feel like there should be an oh my in there somewhere.
oh my.
Monsters and Nazis, oh my.
It's more like this.
Nice. So when I see that squid-looking like thing in the cabinet, do I get a Cthulian vibe on that? Give him my Cthulian power.
You can roll your Cthulhu Mythos, Tom, if you want. Roll it.
Come on, Tom. Cthulhu power.
Ah, Cthulhu power did not activate. Oh, I've seen squids before, but not quite like that one.
And
What's
nothing,
the hooves?
I don't know.
nothing you really recognize.
I can only presume that it's some sort of goat squid.
It's a pretty good description.
Anybody want calamari? I'm hungry.
And it represents some sort of fertility god.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
What
great.
Chang said. Ancient
So
fertility god.
Back to these bones. So it's got to be resurrecting. Think about it. A dead body, you write on the bones, then you resurrect them. High priest of some kind.
Is that even scientifically possible?
Well, dude, what's with I mean, if you believe in these spells, and I've seen some shit. I don't know if it's related or not, but there's some crazy shit out there, man. I'm not liking where this is going.
I don't know. The Sebastian kind of rolls the idea of Humperdinck telling him there's crazy stuff out there over in his mind. Like, he's like, he kind of looks at Juliet who's like, I'm sure there is.
I think I believe him, actually.
I do too, but you know.
I think he probably has seen some crazy shit.
He probably has. Most of it self-inflicted.
When Humperdinck talks about it, you see his eye he kind of does the 10,000-yard stare. You know, so there's some there.
Oh, I made a page, guys. Actually, going into the tradition.
Because you know who Humperdinck is related to, right? He's the bastard child of what was her name? Of Van Helsing's daughter.
I don't know what happened to sound there.
Pumpkin?
Is that it? Really?
Pumpkin. Yeah, he's the bastard child. Remember Pumpkin? Remember she was pregnant? We thought we got her an abortion.
Yeah, but I don't think she was impregnated by anything you would want to have as an offspring.
I'm sure there was some kind of crossbreeding there.
It was just a human she bred with. We just thought it was something.
No. I'm afraid that genealogy line won't track down.
Well, continue.
No. Unless you want tentacles sprouting out of your head. Eat your party mates.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for, Tom.
You don't want
too
that
far.
That whole
You don't
Van,
want you don't want that lineage.
that whole Van Helsing thing was just bad mojo, man.
Yeah, Van Helsing does have a reputation.
All right, so I think we learned what we can learn in Boston.
I think he should be Van Helsing's cousin. I didn't expect that from this guy.
Yeah, a cousin could be possible.
I'll never admit to that name.
Not the
My name's
bastard child
Humperdinck.
of Pumpkin.
I'll never admit to that name. That name means nothing to me. I'm Humperdick.
Could Van Helsing have impregnated someone down in Mexico or South America or something?
I think
Maybe.
we touched
Back in the
the
1870s.
chord here.
He's like
Impregnated all
possible.
kinds of people.
a bastard child of Van Helsing's or something.
But I'll never admit it.
Van Helsing is like the Lemmy Kilminster of friggin' medicine.
All right, gentlemen, how about?
Irresistible to the ladies.
I think we need to get back to Martin's Beach.
So you guys load up in the van and drive back, and Stamps is and he's like, as soon as you guys get there, he's like, the funeral home.
We're gonna blow it up.
It's about 1 PM.
What's going on,
We'll check
Stamps?
in with Stamps first.
Yeah.
You guys check in with Stamps, and he, as soon as you guys come in, he's like, Miller just got at the funeral home.
Oh, no way. Let's go raid his house.
And so it begins.
2 assistants are with him too.
Oh, let's check out the bugs. Juliet, should we listen in? Huh?
Yeah, we'll take
And
some time. We'll take some time to listen back, scan through it.
And with those bugs, with those old phones, you didn't have to even be on the phone. You could just jack up the volume and hear what was going on in the room.
Yeah, I think in fact one of the bugs is on the phone, and the other bug is just an audio bug in the room, in a lamp, I think.
Let's listen in and see if they are talking about their missing book and how that dirty old bitch lost it. That's why they had to send her off to Morocco.
Yeah, we'll check the tapes, Lee.
No, it's
While these other guys sober up.
There's nothing unusual on the tapes. It's been pretty much normal. You hear the assistants, the 2 younger guys. They've been like answering the phone. Apparently, this morning is or this afternoon's the only time that Miller's been back. So there's nothing on the tapes significant.
Yeah, guys, nothing suspicious, nothing unusual.
Or we could try to snatch and grab them now.
Let's take a vote.
Do we need this guy?
There are some things.
Yeah.
Remember, it is 1 o'clock. It's a busy beach town. There's people on the streets, and
I'm sure I have some medication though I could
patrolling around.
Oh, dude, if they try to arrest us, and they just might, we'll blow the whole top on this thing. We'll tell them all about their brain eating and skeletons in there, and go check out the office with the Claymore mine.
That's right. We'll blow the lid off the whole scam going on here.
Hey, how about we wait until night? We have 2 options here. Wait until night, or just go off on a limb and tell them that we know all this stuff.
I would not suggest telling them unless we get caught.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, dude, and we might not have access to this guy again, right? This is the first time we've
Let's
seen
wait
on the movie.
until night. It is perfect time to take this Miller person away from their.
Yeah, I agree. Nighttime is the right time.
Pip says, well, this is the first time that Miller's been out of his house for a little while.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
We may not get another time. I got
Wait,
chloroform
weird.
right
To
here,
my-
man.
I can
Put it in a
And
rag.
attack.
here and watch the funeral home if you guys want to go check his house out.
Dude, don't we have a white? Don't we have a white panel van with no windows?
We do.
There's a
We have
reason
a-
for that.
And it's got a 454.
Exactly.
And
I got
we've
chloroform.
we've got plumber outfits for everybody.
We pull up next to this guy.
Alicia's gonna
We
stay
give him
in
the
the van.
chloroform. It's never been done.
Maximum arm.
Stamp says, you know, so his house and the assistant's house and her house, they're all right next to each other, all empty right now.
Yeah. Time for the smash and grab.
If you want to check out their houses, you may just want to.
Well, we can be in communication with Stamps here too, though, right? While we're in there, so he can notify us when they're on the move.
Yeah, you've got the radios.
Ah, yeah, this is perfect. Yeah, let's go over there. And then maybe we can set up an ambush for him in his own house.
Yeah, the only other things I can think of, there are some investigation stuff that we can do, like the cemetery. We haven't talked to the police yet. We haven't visited the church.
As Stamp says, you know, usually when this guy goes to work, he stays there for a long time. It's about 1 o'clock. You know, he never leaves. The earliest I've seen him leave is like 12 midnight when he's come over here.
All right.
You have some time, you know, depending on what you guys want to do. You can go check out his house, you know.
Yeah, let's rock. Let's go to the house.
Or you can go, you know, you can go to the cemetery. You can do whatever you want.
So what do you guys think? What do you want to do?
Let's go to the house, and then
Like
when he eventually leaves at midnight, we can, you know, we may be done with our investigation at the house long before he gets back, anyways.
You guys want to go pay a friendly visit to 666 Satan Lane?
Yes.
This
We'll wear our
is
plumber
exactly
outfit.
what I want to do.
Let's wear our plumber outfits. We're here to fix the pipes.
Alicia's gonna stay in the van. Maximum armed and ready to go, just in case like hell breaks loose.
Yeah, it's nothing like an unstable Russian in a van by himself.
Yeah, just like
decisions about the party.
Yeah, well, just like last time, Aloysia. If you see anything, you know, let us know.
All right.
Keep an eye on that assistant's house.
Reminds me of a movie I made. Let's go.
Too much
Let's
information.
rock. Let's rock, man. And I have my my machine gun. My kit.
Hey, so
You have
so
a machine
Stamps,
gun?
Pretty sure I do. Hold on, don't I?
We could take the.
Keep going, guys. What's the plan?
We
How
could,
do we get
well,
into this place?
last time we got up into this wooded area up here, and kind of snuck in. Snuck close anyway to get a look. Maybe we get to that wooded area, and kind of sneak in the back of the house. Is the back of the house on the north or the south there, Lee? Just kind of like a north, south, east, west kind of thing.
Oh yeah, so it's actually the backside is going to be the south.
So over here.
Is it?
There, you said south, so I guess this is south.
Yeah.
This is the back side of the house, so this is the front of the house?
Well, now that we can get a good look at it, it's daytime. Any basement windows?
There are some basement windows on the back side of the house there, and there's
Ah.
parking. There's parking all along the street. And you guys are dressed as plumbers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a very convincing plumber.
With a disguise.
My Uzi 9mm with suppression is in my toolkit as I approach the house.
We
Yeah,
should.
my
Alright.
bag is filled with a
And my chainsaw
shotgun
with me too.
and
So are you guys all approaching the back of the house? Where are you parking the van?
oh no, I suggest that Sebastian will say. I suggest we let Juliet go up first to see if there's any.
Okay. Yeah, I'll see if anybody's home at least.
So are you walking up to the front or the back of the house, Juliet?
I'm just gonna walk. I'm gonna walk right up to the front of the house, and just walk up on the porch or whatever.
It's a big 2-story Victorian. There's a big porch on the front.
I'll walk up onto the porch, and
Nice big door.
I'll try to take a peek in a window if there's a window close. I'll be looking around, make sure nobody's around watching me. You guys are on Overwatch down here at the van, I assume.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
So Sean, you walk up. There doesn't appear to be anybody in the house. The door's locked. Are you checking for security systems? Is that right?
Yes. I'll look for any kind of electrical boxes or wires, whatever.
Roll your spot hidden.
All right. Eloisha.
We have the internet here, so I'm sure there's all kinds of crazy feedback because me and Aiden have switched to cellular, which means we won't be able to make any rolls or anything. You guys will have to roll for us.
All right, no problem. Oh shit! I'll spend that 19 log. Might be an important spot hidden, so.
What did we miss? What happened?
I'll take one for the team. I'm rolling a spot hidden. I'm looking for security systems on the house.
Okay.
Yes, you do see, Sean, that there is a security system on the front door in the house, and it's probably wired into the panel. There's probably an electrical panel somewhere in the back.
All right. Well, I've got the plumber's outfit on, right? And I'm trying to look as much like a very thin man as I can.
You've got the plumber's hat on. No one's paying you any attention so far.
Right, so I put down my tool bag or whatever and pull out my kit, my electrical tools, and I'll work as quickly as possible. Disarm it.
All right, go ahead and roll the disarmament.
All right, it's electronics 55. Success.
You do.
Nice.
Bingo.
Disarm the alarm system.
Nice roll, Sean.
Okay, so thank you. So I'm gonna walk back down around the house, kind of, checking the plumbing around the back of the house, check the sewer. And the idea is just to kind of get a look inside if I can. If I see a window, take a peek in, look in the basement window, see if I see anything. Looking for any kind of like a good place to get in, where we could remain hidden.
So as you look through the kind of the bottom, the basement's dark. You can kind of see in there. There's like a boiler in there. You see a light switch, some boxes, window. There's a couple windows into the basement. You figure you could probably jimmy the windows. There's the back door. It looks like it kind of goes into the kitchen area. Front door. And you can see in there's you can kind of see into a dining area. The drapes are closed on the top and some of the bottom floors. In there.
Okay, so at that point, after spending a little time kind of looking around, I'll just kind of nonchalantly walk back to the plumbing van and get in. And so I disarmed the alarm system. There are some basement windows. Looks like we could jimmy open and get in there without being seen. There's also a kitchen door in the back, I believe. Get through that way too. Anybody good with locks?
Stamps is.
How about jimmying windows? No?
I'm looking.
Well, not me.
Sounds like everybody's good at smashing windows.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have to resort to that, but we will if we have to.
We could probably just force the door open if it's a small kitchen door in an old house. Just push our way in.
Yeah, we'd leave evidence that we were there.
Yeah. Maybe we could just twist the lock off. Looks like the lock broke.
And again,
It's
there's
an old house.
probably
How old is this house?
yeah. This is an old
Aloysia
Victorian house.
questions.
There's always the
Aloysia
chance.
wants to know what's going on.
Aloysius, you just see me walk out to the house and walk back after I disarm the alarm.
Alright, Aloysia just says he's cleaning his AK,
Yeah.
making sure everything works.
Well, just
You look in the back. You look in the back of the van, and Aloysius back there, like stroking his AK.
He has this bottle of vodka in one hand.
Yeah,
I give him kind of a subtle thumbs up.
they rock and roll.
He's like, he nods.
I feel better with this guy having our back.
Well, in the back of my head, in the back of my head, as a player of Call of Cthulhu, I'm thinking that there's a distinct possibility that we may not even make it out of this place alive. So it may not matter if we just break down the door. Honestly,
Let's go to the back. I just try to twist the door handle off.
Yeah.
Strength.
It might be time to just kind of get serious about this and just.
It is raining hard.
All right, well let's do it, man. Let's get the whole group. I think we're gonna try to get through that kitchen door.
Okay, so you guys basically get your bags and everything. Tom's got his case, and you guys basically walk across the street there to the back door. Force the door. Are you? Is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to force the door?
I'm actually trying to take the handle. The old. I'm assuming it's kind of like an old-fashioned door handle, and it's got age to it. So I'm just going to try to take it and break it with my fist, and just try to turn it so hard that the handle breaks.
You should try to pick. You should try to pick the lock.
Oh,
yeah.
The worst thing that can happen there is that you don't make it.
And
We'll try picking the lock
have we
first.
looked to see, are there any open windows? Do you leave a window open?
No open windows. There are windows along the bottom into the basement, and there are windows into like the kitchen area and maybe rooms that have shades, but none of them are open, Harry.
Is there a mat? Can I look under there for a key?
Roll your luck, Tom.
Here we go.
Baby. That's what I was looking for. Here we go.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, man. Bitch, boom.
You look under the mat, and yeah, there's a key there.
Oh my god!
I put the key in and I open it. Gentlemen, ladies.
All right,
you.
yeah.
So you open the door. You enter into. It's a pretty elaborate kitchen. It's a pretty good sized kitchen. You guys file in. The kitchen, there's two doors. There's one that looks like it exits out into the dining area, and there's a closed door to your right.
We want to go downstairs.
This is a big kitchen. There's cabinets and big stove, and
We're looking for like a study or a lounge, right? Because we're looking for a book.
We need to be very cautious, folks. This place could be booby trapped.
Yeah, I'm spot hitting everywhere we go in here to look for secret passages and hidden lurches and.
So, are you volunteering to be point man? Is that what you're saying?
I did not say that, but.
I think that's what I heard him saying.
I have not gotten my my one Cluso-esque roll out of my system yet for this game session, so.
So you're due one.
Yeah.
So are you guys searching the kitchen?
Yeah, we'll search the kitchen.
Roll your spot hiddens.
All right.
If you guys are all.
We find Bruner's mother's secret formula for
secret pumpkin pie recipe.
Right, these are the best German biscuits you could ever make.
So, all right. So, has everybody rolled?
Yes, and Sebastian made it, and Juliet made it extreme.
Yep.
So, Sebastian, you're like in like in the refrigerator looking around, and Juliet comes up. You guys are rooting around, and you secret compartment in the bottom of the refrigerator, and there's this little 10.
A 10.
It's like a little. There's like a little pie. It looks like this little meat pie. It's like half the teeth.
Man, it's body parts again. I know
as,
it.
As you're looking at it, you can definitely see like a finger. Some, maybe a fingernail and some.
Fingernail? What? These guys are gross. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate.
A little bit.
Juliet gasps and throws up a little bit in her mouth. She's like sputtering next to Sebastian.
Sebastian in his head is like, gads, another terrible culinary find.
A holy meat pie.
A man pie.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's a sanity roll here.
Yeah.
No, you guys have you've been exposed to the cannibalism.
Oh, thank God.
You guys are okay. You don't have to worry. You've seen enough eaten body parts. It's still disturbing. Don't get me wrong. It's still scarring, but it's not sanity.
Well, there's a finger. Whose finger? We don't know.
St. Jude.
You've seen one act of cannibalism. You've seen them all.
I suppose.
I don't.
There's also a fine collection of wine in here. There's a bunch of German Alsace and full Rieslings, and it's quite impressive. He's got a big collection of wine.
All right.
Apparently he likes to pair German wines with his cannibal snacks.
His finger pies.
Look at Zhang. He's incredibly sane. He's a 95 sanity. What the hell?
Wow, he really is very sane.
He's the most grounded member of the party.
But he hasn't seen anything like any of.
Yeah, this is very disturbing. All of you are a little.
Okay, so
you're not feeling bad about getting rid of this guy. I'll tell you that.
All right, we'll get a picture of that.
Can you take a picture of it? Okay.
And alert the others to it. Think about that, Doctor. They're cannibals. They're eating people.
Yeah. What kind of fingernail is it, man or woman's?
Oh no, you tell me. You're the expert.
I'm
gagging.
Roll your medicine. Roll your medical skills down. Looking at the meat pie, Tom's got he's pulled a fork out and he's like pulling the finger out.
Wow, look at that.
This is obviously
It's a man's
thumb.
Probably
approximately so much of age.
Yeah, probably in his early 40s, 30s, late 30s, early 40s.
Could this be the body of the gravedigger?
I think so. The Watchman. That's exactly what I thought.
How old was the Watchman?
It would fit about that age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does the hand look calloused? Like it's he's been digging a lot.
The thumb's a little callous. The thumb's a little callous. Yeah.
Okay, Sherlock Holmes.
I think we have determined logically.
You tell from the markings here that he had purchased a timeshare in the Jersey Shore.
Exactly.
Well,
and regretted it immediately.
Extreme, but maybe not that extreme.
All right, so we need to find his lair with all the Nazi paraphernalia. And
so, like I said, there's kind of a double archway that goes into this dining area, and then there's a closed door to the right.
We go to the right.
You open the door. It opens into this hallway that splits to the right or to the left. It's like there's a door there's a door at the end of the right-hand passage, and the hallway that heads to the left. It looks like there's a couple doors on the right and left.
All right.
There are stairs up.
I don't see any stairs at the moment.
Let's go to the right.
Okay.
Watch
Yeah,
out
to the
for, watch out
right,
for trip
and-
wires.
Yeah,
Says Jim.
searching.
Oh, yeah.
Spot head. Yeah.
All right, roll your spot hiddens.
All of us.
If you whoever's searching, whoever's looking.
Zhang will definitely be looking.
Okay, look, my friend.
You got
I
a
found it with a 5.
hard success.
Yep. Stream.
Not an extreme success, but a hard success. Two extreme rolls in a row.
Check,
I know, man.
check those.
Humperdick's
scores.
on fire.
Humperdink, you're on target.
That's right.
So you guys, as you guys are walking down the hallway, you're searching pretty carefully. See any? Yeah,
Mr.
you don't
X
see any
makes it too.
traps or tripwires or anything like that. And you reach the door.
And this may go without saying, but make sure you guys are checking these off so you can roll for higher scores later.
Yes.
Unless you use luck points to succeed.
Yeah, unless you use luck points. That's right. Good caveat.
All right, so you're there at the door.
All right, we've already searched the door.
Is it rigged? I'm checking for wires.
Okay, roll.
Gotta check all these doors probably. You want me to roll electronics or spot hidden or what? Electronics?
Spot hit. Roll spot hidden.
Any sign of any shenanigans?
Yeah, you detect a tripwire, very fine filament. Looks almost exactly like the one you saw in the.
Is that
and
where?
it's
Where
across
is it?
the very. It's across the very front of the door, which is above, right where it would catch your foot.
All right, so I'm like, psst, and I put my hand on the doctor's shoulder. I point.
Very fine little filament there.
Oh man, more claymores.
Whoa. Okay. Good eye. How do we? Did you disarm it?
No, he hasn't disarmed it.
Well-
It's there. It's there though.
The first one we encountered was just kind of a floor. On the floor, we could just bypass it by walking over it. This one we're going to have to disarm, I guess, somehow. Not my
Well,
specialty.
it does. Well, you can open the door. The door opening the door doesn't engage the tripwire. The tripwire is actually in front of the door frame, and it's like right there.
Juliet checks to make sure that Sebastian is wearing his sneakers.
I am.
Okay. So it looks like it'll open inward, I'm assuming, and we can bypass it that way.
All right, you can try to open the door.
Volunteers. Everybody stand back. Juliet takes 5 steps back.
I stand back. Not that it's going to do us any good.
Come on, there's
Go
the
get 'em,
courageous
honey.
one. It's not me. I'm not the courageous one here.
Zhang will open the door.
Right, so Jang, you walk up. You see the filament, and you open the door, and there's a flight of stairs going down. It looks like it's probably going down into the cellar.
Oh wow, cellar.
As you look
Nice job,
on
Mr.
the
X.
as you look on the inside of the door, there's like a double barrel shotgun. Filaments running up, to
Classic.
it's about groin level.
Oh man,
Yikes.
the thing is that like if this guy ever was like sleepwalk or something, or just forget like, oh, I need to get something out of the cellar,
Yep.
Do I think I could take this shotgun down and use it?
Well, someone would have to disarm it.
Yeah, you're gonna try and disarm it.
Yeah.
Someone
Does
would
it
have to
look
try
that
to disarm it.
complicated,
Yeah.
or is it just like cut the string? I mean, I know how to uncock a shotgun. Is it that easy, or is there more to it? I can put a hammer down.
Yeah, maybe it could be a firearms roll.
Yeah, I'd say a firearms roll would allow you to do it. You could just step over it. you know, that's an option too.
Well,
But
I
yeah,
mean,
the step.
if we, I would recommend we just step over and leave it in place, because the more these guys don't think we're, you know, to Juliet's point earlier,
Okay, fair enough.
you know,
true.
kind of like going into the forest, you know, leave only footprints. We'd rather not even leave those.
Okay,
So you guys,
let's go down.
you guys start to descend into the dark cellar.
Chang
That's where we'll-
first.
That's where we'll call it for the night, guys, since it's 11 o'clock.
Oh,
I think I heard Harry volunteer for Point Man.
Sure.
we'll have all week to fight about it.
All right. Well, no, you guys can roll your skills and roll your luck and all that.
Okay.
Cool.
Do you want to do that now or next session?
Oh, we should do it now. Yay!
Yeah, we
My
were
spine
tending to
is gonna
forget
go.
at the beginning.
Fucking critical.
One.
Oh,
What the hell, dude? I'm dialed in, bitch.
now you roll one.
Yeah.
I'm getting extreme.
Jeez, man.
All right, I increased spot hidden a little bit.
All those extremes.
Dude,
Oh,
did
what
somebody
the
put me
fuck?
on instant win mode? Oh, stealth. Yay. 1D what? 10?
For luck, it is, for skills, it's 1d10 increase. For luck, it's 1d10 plus 5 if you make the roll, it's 2d10 plus 10 fail the luck roll.
Oh, okay.
And on the character sheet, there's a handy little dice roller, too.
Guys are going into the fruit cellar.
All right.
If you fail,
That's exactly what I thought.
what's the change in
fruit
luck?
cellar.
To the fruit cellar.
Yes. Yeah.
What's the change if you fail your?
If you fail your luck, it's 2d10 plus 10. Add to your
Yeah. Nice roll, Jay.
All right.
Ooh, sweet.
Ah, good. Remember the cigarette butt?
So you know what?
Don't make that mistake.
As hard as that storm was, power
And is there a maximum luck?
99.
I believe it's 99, yeah.
Okay.
What's your luck, Harry?
Before I get off, I'm
All right.
All right, Aiden, have a good
Zhang's
night.
luck is 78.
Good game,
Oh.
Alicia.
That was awesome, dude.
I'm gonna
That was
depart
great.
with Aiden. Goodbye, my
All
friends.
right. Good game. Nice
Nice
clip.
meeting-
Nice
Yeah,
cliffhanger.
You guys.
Good
you
evening,
guys-
everybody.
Good evening.
All right, man.
good evening.
Well done, Lee.
You're in the devil's den.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
God.
Gonna get a good night's sleep here.
Yeah.
All right, bye guys.
Night, folks.
Bye.
Good game, Lee. See you next
Yeah,
time.
man. Yeah, absolutely. Have a good night, John.
Two.